So hi friends, so in the last videos we covered about how Java is database independent, how Java is the platform independent, what is the architecture of JDBC architecture. Up to that we covered, right? But in this, now I will explain what is JDBC API. Are you getting what is the JDBC API, sir? Sir, I want to develop a JDBC application. Then I require several classes and interfaces which can be used to develop JDBC based application. Correct, right? All these classes and interfaces is nothing but JDBC API, sir. Are you getting? JDBC API defines several classes and interfaces which can be used for database communication. That's all, sir. So what JDBC API? A group of classes and interfaces which can be used for database communication. Next, this JDBC API, who is going to use? Can I spell out, sir? Who is going to use these interfaces or who is going to use these classes, right? There are two persons who are going to use. One person is programmer, sir. Programmer can use these classes and interfaces present inside JDBC API to communicate with the database. Next, there is another person is also there. Who is that other person? Is driver software vendor. Are you getting who is the other person, sir? Driver software vendor. Sir, this person is the responsible to develop driver software. Correct or not? Sir, how this vendor is going to develop driver software? Most of the times database vendor only. How we will develop driver software? By implementing interfaces present inside JDBC API. Are you getting that? Okay. So JDBC API defines several classes and interfaces which can be used for database communication. A group of classes are something like driver manager, something like result set, next connection, statement. All these words are related to our JDBC application are available from where? JDBC API. So programmer can use this API to develop JDBC based application. Driver software vendor can use this JDBC API to develop driver software. Clear, right? Okay. Next, this JDBC API contains two packages, right? What is the first package? Is Java.SQL package. Regarding what is the first package, sir? Java.SQL package. Can you please spell out what is the second one, sir? JavaX.SQL package. Regarding Java.SQL package, JavaX.SQL package, right? This Java.SQL package contain the basic classes and interfaces which can be used for database communications. Something like statement, something like connection, result set, driver manager. These things are available inside Java.SQL package. Java.SQL package contain the most basic classes and interfaces which can be used for normal database communication, right? But Java X.SQL, can you spell out what is the meaning of X? Java Java extension. Remember, these ones are a bit advanced. Java extension. X means what? Extra. Yeah, extension, right? So Java X.SQL package contains more advanced classes and interfaces which can be used for database communication, right? Sir, something like connection pooling concept I want to implement. Sir, don't worry, I will explain in detail. Connection pooling separate concept is there. I want to implement connection pooling concept. Are you getting? I want to use row set instead of result set. I want to use row set. Then we should go forward Java X.SQL package. Are you in a position to understand, right? So JDBC API defines how many packages, right? Two packages. What is the first one? Java.SQL, Java X.SQL package. Java.SQL package contain basic classes and interfaces which can be used for database communication. Java X.SQL package defines several classes and interfaces, of course more advanced classes and interfaces which can be used for database communication. Clear, right? Okay. Sir, it's a bit advanced. This is the basic JDBC, advanced JDBC, right? Like you can consider. Even in the Java X.SQL package, there are several sub packages are available, sir. Sir, if you want Java X.SQL.rowset. Are you getting? Java x.sql.rowset. Rowset is one package, one sub package, right? Similarly, Java x.rowset.serial. Rowset.serial, serialization purpose, right? Rowset.serialization. Next, Java x.sql.rowset.py. Are you getting right? So rowset dot rowset.spi is nothing but related to synchronization concept. Is it clear for all of you, right? Okay, make sure, sir, these are various packages we have inside JDBC API. Clear for all of you? So what is the JDBC API? JDBC API define several classes and interfaces which can be used for database communication. Point number one. Second one, sir, who is going to use JDBC API? Programmer. We are using to develop JDBC based application. Who is the other person can use this JDBC API, sir? Database vendor to develop driver software. Sir, I want to develop driver software for my own database. Sir, by implementing interfaces of JDBC API, we have to develop, okay, this driver software. Clear, right? Next, JDBC API contain how many packages, right? 2 packages. What is the first one? What the first one? Java.sql package. What the second one? Java x.sql package. What is the difference between Java.sql, Java x.sql, right? Java.sql package contain basic classes and interfaces which can be used for database communication. Something like statement, result set, prepared statement, connection. All these things are available inside Java.sql package. So more advanced classes and interfaces are available inside Java x.sql package. Something like rowset. I don't want to use this bloody result set because result set is not that much useful. Sir, I want scrollable. I want read updatable result set. Then happily we can go for what? Rowset concept. Next, I don't want to create connection on my own. I want to use connection pooling to improve performance, right? For that data source is required. That data source is available inside Java x.sql package. But anyway, as of now we are at very basic introduction. Just simply remember Java.sql for normal basic JDBC programming. Java x.sql for advanced JDBC programming. Clear for all of you, right? This is the brief information about JDBC API, right? Sir, just let me summarize. Have a look once about this. Sir, JDBC API. 1 minute. Here just observe. JDBC API provides several classes and interfaces. Clear, right? Next, programmer can use these classes and interfaces to communicate with the database. Sir, I want to communicate with the database. Sir, programmer, being a programmer, I want to use. Then which classes and interfaces are required? Where those classes and interfaces are available inside JDBC API. Clear, right? Next, who is the responsible? Another person who can use. Driver software vendor can use JDBC API while developing driver software. Clear, right? Next, JDBC API contain how many packages, right? 2 packages, right? What are the first one, sir? Java.sql package. Second one, sir, Java x.sql package. Sir, have you observed? Java.sql package, it contains basic classes and interfaces which can be used for database communication. Observe that. What is that? Basic classes and interfaces which can be used for database communication, right? But Java x.sql package contains more advanced classes and interfaces, right? Observe, these are not basic, advanced classes and interfaces which can be used for database communication, right? Of course, sir, here in the Java.sql package, what are various important interfaces, right? Driver, connection, statement, regarding statement, prepared statement, callable statement, result set, like this, right? Sir, very important question for the interview room. What is statement? How many statements are there in the JDBC? Observe that. Statement, prepared statement, callable statement, all these are interfaces present inside Java.sql package, right? Sir, what are various classes? Driver manager is a class. Date is one class. Time is one class. Timestamp is one class. Types is also one class, right? To define JDBC types, so we can go for types class. This is the basic JDBC terminology, right? But What about Java X.SQL package? It contains several advanced classes and interfaces which can be used for database communication, right? Are you getting? So it contains multiple sub packages also. I hope you people I covered already, right? Java X.SQL.rowset, Java X.SQL.rowset.serialization purpose, Java X.SQL.rowset.spi synchronization purpose, right? Remember, multiple sub packages also available. Inside Java X.SQL package, what are various interfaces are available? What is the first one? Data source. Remember this one, which can be used for connection pooling concept. Remember. Next, row set, alternative to result set. Row set concept, alternative to result set, right? Okay, more advanced result set is the row set, right? Next, row set listener, connection event listener. Sir, there are several interfaces are there. Similarly, row set event, connection event, these are important classes, right? Clear? Any doubt about this terminology, right? Okay, that's all. Sir, if any person is asking, can you please explain JDBC API? Simple, sir. JDBC API contains two packages. What is the first one? Java.SQL package, Java X.SQL package. Java.SQL package contains basic classes and interfaces for database communication. Java X.SQL package contains more advanced classes and interfaces for database communication. That's all simple. At very top level, you have to remember up to this. Clear for all of you, right? Sir, up to this we covered about JDBC API. Sir, JDBC API contains how many packages, right? Two packages. What is the first one? Java.SQL, Java X.SQL package, right? Sir, I want to tell a small important good news for you. Sir, inside JDBC API, there are several interfaces are there. Driver is one interface. Connection, statement, prepared statement, result set, like there are multiple interfaces are there. Now, who is the responsible to provide implementation? Programmer is the responsible to provide implementation? No, sir. Remember this. It's a very happy news for us. We are not responsible to provide implementation. Who is the responsible to provide implementation? Okay, driver software vendor is the responsible to provide implementation, right? So, sir, most of the times, who is going to develop driver software? Database vendor only. That's why database vendor is the responsible to provide implementation classes for the JDBC API. This group of implementation classes is nothing but driver software. Remember this one, sir. Sir, JDBC API contains several interfaces, right? But all these interfaces, we are not responsible to provide implementation. Driver software vendor, database vendor is the responsible to provide implementation. This group of implementation classes is nothing but driver software. Sir, I'm repeatedly using one word, vendor. Have you ever, what is the vendor? Vendor means what? Sir, simple. Don't think too much. What is your vendor? Vendor means owner. Suppose, who is the vendor? Who developed that? That person is called vendor. Who is the vendor of Java? Who is the vendor of Java? Sun Microsystems. Are you getting that? Because Sun Microsystems developed Java language, right? That's why Sun Microsystems is the vendor of Java. But now it is with Oracle Corporation, right? Same way, who is the vendor of Oracle database? Oracle Corporation. Who is the vendor of DB2 database? Sir, IBM. Are you getting that? Vendor means who is the owner. Okay, who developed that? That organization is by default considered as what? Vendor. Remember this, because in our JDBC, servlets, JSP, everywhere I will use third party vendor, okay, database vendor, servlet, okay, like Tomcat vendor, web server vendor, like. So, vendor means owner. Okay, clear. Now, JDBC API interfaces. So, database vendor is the responsible to provide implementation. That collection of implementation classes is by default considered as what? Driver software. Clear for all of you, right? Just have a look once, sir. I have one Java application is there, sir. I have one Java application is there. Sir, I want to communicate with the database. Right? If you want to communicate with the database compulsory driver software must be required. Correct or not? Compulsory driver software is required. Are you getting? Java application can communicate with the driver software. Driver software can convert Java calls into database specific calls, database specific calls into Java calls, right? Sir, what is this driver software? Are you getting? What is this driver software? This driver software is nothing but collection of implementation classes. Collection of implementation classes of JDBC API. Remember this one. Inside JDBC API, several interfaces are there, right? So a collection of implementation classes of those interfaces is nothing but driver software. Don't think too much. What is the driver software? Means a group of classes, right? Which classes? The classes which implement various interfaces of JDBC API. Who is the responsible to provide implementation classes? Driver software vendor. Most of the times, who is the person? Database vendor is the responsible, right? I will ask, sir, I will make a call to Oracle people. Sir, I want to communicate with the Oracle database. Can you please provide Oracle driver software? Then immediately Oracle people will provide OJDBC6.jar or OJDBC7.jar. Jar means what? A group of classes only, right? So that jar file itself is nothing but driver software. Remember this one. Who provided, sir? Database vendor. How they developed the driver software? By implementing various interfaces of JDBC API. Clear for all of it? So what is the what are various interfaces present inside JDBC API? Who is the responsible to provide implementation? We are not responsible to provide. Who is the responsible to provide implementation, sir? Database vendor or driver software vendor. Sir, for example, I have Oracle driver software is there. Have you observed, right? Oracle driver software is there. Can you spell out what is the meaning of this one? Oracle driver software I have. What is the meaning is? Oracle driver software is a collection of classes, a collection of implementation classes of JDBC API which can be used to communicate with Oracle database. Everyone can able to understand, right? So all the interfaces present inside JDBC API, driver software vendor is the responsible to provide implementation. That the implementation group is nothing but that implementation classes collection is nothing but driver software. Clear, right? Any explanation is required? I hope you people can able to understand. Simple, sir. We are not responsible to provide implementation of JDBC API. That is the good news to the programmer. Who is the responsible, sir? My database vendor is going to take care. That group of collection of implementation classes is nothing but driver software. Clear? If you are getting the basic idea, just let me summarize whatever I covered so that you people can get much clarity, right? Have a look once, sir. Same terminology. Here, have you observed, right? Programmers are not responsible to provide implementation classes of JDBC API interfaces. Sir, we are not responsible. Programmers are not responsible to provide implementation classes, right? Sir, most of the times, database vendor. Have you observed, right? Who is developing? Who is the owner of database? That person is the responsible to provide implementation. Yeah, the part of driver software. Sir, now it's very clear. Every driver software is collection of classes implementing various interfaces of JDBC API which can be used to communicate with a particular database. Very simple. Java application is there, database is there. To communicate with the database, compulsory some concept is required. What is this concept, sir? Driver software. Okay, driver software is implementation classes of JDBC API. Are you getting right? Okay, for example, driver software for Oracle means collection of implementation classes of JDBC API which can be used to communicate with Oracle database. Everyone can able to understand? Sir, what is the driver software for Oracle? A group of implementation classes of JDBC API which can be used to communicate with Oracle database. Clear for all of it? So what is the driver software? Who is the responsible to provide implementation? Clear, right? Sir, up to this we covered what is a driver software. Driver software is a collection of implementation classes of JDBC API, a group of classes, right? So itself is the driver software. Sir, assume it is the driver software. It is the driver software which can be used to communicate with the database from Java application. Sir, this is Java application. It is the database. Assume that here a group of classes are there which is nothing but driver software, sir. It is going to communicate with the driver software. Driver software can communicate with the database, you know. Sir, in there, is it a single class or multiple classes? There are multiple classes are available. One class, okay, implementation class of driver interface. Another class, implementation class of statement interface. Another class, implementation class of result set. Are you getting? Sir, another class, implementation class of prepared statement. Next, another class, implementation class of row set. Are you getting right? So, whatever interfaces are there inside JDBC API, for all those interfaces, implementation classes are required. A group of implementation classes is nothing but driver software. Clear for all of it, okay? Now I have among these classes, among these many classes, sir, there is one special class is there, sir, okay? Every driver software is identified with that special class which is nothing but driver class. Are you getting? Which is nothing but one driver class, right? Okay? Every driver software, sir, is identified with some special class which is nothing but one driver class. Best example for you, sir. In India currently, sir, which government is ruling government? I can use the word BJP government. Are you getting? Currently in the 2017, which government is the ruling government? BJP government, right? Sir, can I use the word? It is Narendra Modi's government. Acceptable, no problem, because in the BJP government, who is the main person? Who is the Prime Minister? Narendra Modi. That's why I can use the word. It is the Modi's government. Acceptable, right? Sir, in Telangana, which government is ruling government? Sir, TRS. TRS is the ruling government. Can I use the word? It is the KCR's government. Acceptable, no problem, because KCR is the main person in that government, right? Everyone can able to understand. Same way, of course, in the BJP, there are multiple ministers are there, but which minister is the Prime Minister? Narendra Modi. I can use the word Modi's government like this. In the driver software, there are multiple classes are there, sir. There are thousand classes are there, assume. Among all, there is one class, a special class will be there. That special class is nothing but one driver class. Everyone can able to understand, right? That's why I can use the word every driver software can be identified with a special class. That special class is nothing but one driver class. Clear for all of you, right? Sir, if you want just a small example, I can able to tell, sir. Do you know, sir, we are going to discuss anyway in the next session, so don't worry. There is one driver is there. Type 1 driver, sir. There is one driver software is there, type 1 driver software. These are type 1 driver software provided by Sun Microsystems. Regarding who provided type 1 driver software, sir? Sun Microsystems, yeah, the part of JDK only. Okay, whenever we install Java, automatically type 1 driver software is going to come. Inbuilt driver software, sir, inside Java, either type 1 driver software provided by Sun Microsystems, right? These are driver software also known as JDBC ODBC bridge driver. Okay, after completing our cinema, next topic is types of drivers only. There I will explain much, don't worry about, sir. So there is one driver software is there. What is the name of the driver software? Type 1 driver software provided by Sun Microsystems, yeah, the part of JDK, right? Now in this driver software, compulsory there should be driver class must be there or not? Yes. What is the driver class? Okay, sun dot, observe that, sun dot JDBC dot ODBC dot sun dot JDBC dot ODBC dot JDBC ODBC driver. Are you getting? So this is the driver class name present inside type 1 driver software. Okay, remember that, sir. Every driver software can identify with some special class. That special class is nothing but one type 1. I mean that special class is called driver class. Okay. For the type 1 driver, what is the corresponding driver class name? Sun dot JDBC dot ODBC dot JDBC ODBC driver. Remember that. Of course, in the types of drivers I will explain. Don't worry about that. Similarly, sir, do you know type 4 driver is there, sir, of Oracle. Type 4 driver of Oracle, which is also known as thin driver. Which is also known as what? Thin driver. Sir, don't worry. All these words are new to you because, sir, I didn't cover types of drivers, sir. So, no problem. Just a basic idea. Sir, thin driver software is there, sir, provided by Oracle Corporation to communicate with Oracle database. In this driver software, driver class name should be there or not? Yes. What is the corresponding driver class name? Is Oracle dot JDBC dot Oracle dot JDBC dot Oracle driver. Are you getting? Oracle dot JDBC dot Oracle driver is the driver software name. Are you getting that? Is the driver software name, driver class name present inside type 4 driver software or thin driver software, sir. Everyone can able to understand? So every driver software is a collection of classes, okay, which provides implementation of JDBC API. Sir, among these classes, so there is one special class is there. That special class is nothing but driver class. So every driver software identified with some special class. That special class is nothing but what? Driver class. Clear for all of you, right? Okay. So for example, type 1 driver software, corresponding driver class is sun.jdbc.odbc.jdbc ODBC driver. For type 4 driver class name is oracle.jdbc.oracle driver. Just observe the driver software is there, driver class is also there, right? Okay. This driver class is the implementation class of driver interface. Are you getting right? We have driver interface is there. For that implementation class is there. This implementation class is called what? Driver class. Similarly, sir, this is the implementation class of connection interface. Assume that. This is the implementation class of statement interface. Are you getting? This is the implementation class of statement. This is the implementation class of result set interface. Are you getting? So this group of classes are nothing but what? Driver software. Is it clear for all of you? Okay, that's what you people should be aware. What is the driver class? What is the driver software? Clear, right? Sir, just let me review whatever I covered, right? Have a look once. Just observe Java application. If a Java application wants to communicate with the database, driver software must be required. This driver software is a group of classes. This driver software is identified with some special class, which is nothing but driver class. Driver class is the implementation class of driver interface. Clear, right? Okay, just observe. Every driver software is identified with a special class, which is nothing but driver class. Next, it is the implementation class of java.sql.driver interface. Next, type 1 driver software provided by Sun Microsystems as the part of JDK, sir. So once we install JDK, automatically type 1 driver software is going to come. Okay. Type 1 driver software corresponding driver class name is, can you spell out, sir? sun.jdbc.odbc.jdbc ODBC driver. Have you observed? sun.jdbc.odbc.jdbc ODBC driver. Do you know? This is the package name. sun.jdbc.odbc. Sir, this is the package name. And this one is the class name. Remember this one. This one is class name. What? JDBC ODBC driver. Similarly, thin driver provided by Oracle Corporation, and the corresponding driver class name is Oracle.jdbc.oracle driver. Everyone can able to understand, right? Okay, this is what you people should aware clearly, right? Okay, what is the driver software? What is the driver class? Okay, that's all.